going up. I know.
I hedged my guesses and I guessed wrong.
Sorry. So I have jet lag today, so I need to get up and moving, so sorry.
That's true jet lag too. It's 6 hours.
Well, I was fine for Monday and Tuesday, and today I was like, oh my God, I better be safe driving here. All right, so let's start with a breath. Now that we're all here and ready to go, so I'm gonna move this way a little bit. There we go, okay. So we're gonna find mountain pose. Big toes can be touching, heels a little bit apart. You can go hip width distance apart with the feet, a little bit wider depending on your balance. And before we do any other postural stuff, let's just breathe for a few moments. If you have your balance and you want, you can close your eyes. If you don't, you can just rest the eyelids a little bit by looking down towards the floor. After a couple of breaths, you might feel the shoulders relax. Excellent. All right, so let's do a couple of posture things with this mountain pose. So I'll pick 3 spots that we're going to look at. All right, so right here in front, the hip points, front of the pelvis, we're going to imagine that they are pulling towards each other. So this opens up this space in the lower spine, the sacrum. So pulling those together. And then the hyoid bone. So the only bone in the body that's not attached to another one kind of floats. That's what helps you swallow. We're going to imagine it's going back and up. So if I'm slouching and I pull it back and up, totally changes your posture, which affects your breathing. All right, and then the last one, if you want, you can put your hands on that lower rib cage, find the last rib, put your finger right there. And when you inhale, feel the ribs going out. And when you exhale, the ribs come back in. So that's right about where your diaphragm is. And when the diaphragm goes down, it pulls the ribs open so that you can get more oxygen in. So then you can exhale and get more CO out. Excellent. All right, let's move. We're gonna do some balance today, and we're gonna do our rainbow pose. That was a request last week. So balance first. So let's start with our palm tree pose. So if you haven't done this before and your balance is a little wonky, you can use your chair. Full pose looks like this, arms up on the toes down. So if that's not your whole thing, you can hold onto the chair and go up with one arm. You can do just the arms, you can do just the feet. So inhale, we're gonna inhale, the arms come up on the toes, exhale down, or any of those other options. So if this is super easy for you this morning, you can go up, stay up, take another breath, and then come back down. If it feels a little bit better, you could come off your mat. Sometimes I have to do that. It's only, 1/8 of an inch thick, but sometimes it affects my balance. You can bring your feet out wider if that's feeling a little like, woo. So it's just kind of getting used to, and something like today, my balance is super wonky. All right, one more. And release, excellent. All right. After that one, then I like to do my other moving balance. Again, if you need the chair, it's there, but we're gonna let's do crossbody today. Kind of help me with my left-right brain here. So that one looks like this. So we start with the arms out to the side. We're gonna lift one knee up and then touch it with the opposite hand. Arm comes back out, leg goes down. Other knee comes up, opposite hand, like that. All right? A little tip is if you find everybody else moving a little disorienting, finding a spot on the floor where nothing else is moving can help with the balance. Or straight ahead if there's nothing straight ahead of you. Excellent. All right, what else? So finish off evenly. So if you started with your left, finish with your right. And then release. Awesome. All right. Let's do we're going to do all three warriors next. All right, we'll go in order. So warrior one, we'll start with warming up the knees a bit first. So we're going to turn one foot out and step the other foot forward. So it doesn't matter which one you do as long as you do both evenly. So we're going to inhale, that's a straight leg. Exhale, bend that knee. We're aiming for the second and third toe. Inhale, back to straight leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, back. Excellent. And then we're going to push off and step back. All right, we're going to do the other knee, and then we'll add the arms. Turn that foot out, step the second foot forward. And here we go. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Again, we're aiming for that second and third toe. Excellent. And then push off and step back. All right, arms. What kind of arms do we want to do today? Let's do, we're going to do 3 rounds of our 3 options for our warrior one. So we'll go back to the first foot. So turn that foot out. And I'll show you first, hands to the heart, cactus arms, arms straight up. So we're going to do 3 rounds of that. And bending the knee and breathing. All right, it's enough balls to juggle. All right, here we go. So we're going to inhale, hands to heart, bend that front knee. Exhale, back, straight leg. Inhale, cactus arms, bend that front knee. Exhale, back. Inhale, arms come straight up, bend that front knee. Exhale, back. Second round, hands to heart. Cactus arms. So our inhale, exhale down. Inhale, arms up, bend that front knee. Exhale back. Third round, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale back. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale down, and then we're going to push off and step it back. Nice. All right, turn that foot out, step the other foot forward. 3 rounds on the side. Ready? Here we go. We're going to inhale, hands to heart, bend that front knee. Exhale back. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale back. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale back. Second round, hands to heart. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale down. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale back. And one more round, hands to heart. Back down. Inhale, cactus arms. And inhale, arms straight up. Excellent. All right, bend that knee. Step it back. If you want, shake the legs out. Shake the feet. All right. Warrior 2. All right, so with Warrior 1, I'll show you the feet because we have some newish business here. So I've got one foot out, the back foot's at a little bit of an angle. For Warrior 2, that back foot's more at 90 degrees. Okay, so we're gonna step one foot forward. The back foot's closer to 90 degrees, and we're kind of lining up the heel of the front foot with the arch of the back foot. Doesn't have to be exact, we're all in different bodies. Then we're gonna bend that front knee over that front ankle. And our hips are kind of going more out to the side. With Warrior 1, they're closer up that way. Hands at the heart, and then arms open. So our gaze is over those front fingers. Beautiful. All right, so let's take a breath or so here and notice where we're feeling this pose. So maybe your shoulders are up here and you can relax them a little bit. Maybe that back calf is tight, so you can bend that back knee a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna do 2 movements with this 3 times. So we're not doing math, you don't have to count. All right, so we're gonna bend that front arm, or bend the elbow. Front forearm comes to that front thigh. Back arm you can put on that back hip, or you can bring it straight up towards the ceiling. So the palm is gonna face the same direction as your nose. Or you can bring the bicep over the ear. Or you can just leave your hand on your hip. We're gonna take that upper arm and windmill around to Peaceful Warrior. So that front arm comes all the way up towards the ceiling. Excellent. All right, we're gonna do both of those 2 more times. So we're gonna come forward again. It's an exhale, side angle pose. Again, that upper arm can be wherever you like. One of those 3 options. On your next inhale, we're gonna windmill back around to Peaceful Warrior. That upper arm up towards the ceiling. You can look at the horizon, down towards the floor, or up towards that upper thumb. One more time through. Side angle pose. And last, Peaceful Warrior. We'll finish with our Warrior 2, arms back. And then we'll drop the arms and step the feet back together. All right, shake the legs out, feet, whatever feels. All right, now we're gonna do the other side. So step the other foot forward. If you wanna make this harder or more work for the legs, you can step the feet wider apart. If your balance is a little bit today, you bring the feet closer together. All right, front knee over that front ankle. Hands at the heart, arms open to the side, gazes over those front fingers. Feel the shoulders relax away from the ears. Oh, there you go. Nope, other way. There you go. Nope, too far. Point towards me. There you go. So your fingers over your toes. There you go. And then looking out over those fingers, pointing at me. Nice. All right, one more breath here. And then bend that front elbow, side angle pose. If you want, well, we didn't do it on the first side, so I won't tell you this side. So hand on the hip, up towards the ceiling or overhead. On your next inhale, windmill around, peaceful warrior. That front arm's coming up towards the ceiling. Back to side angle pose. Front forearm on that front thigh. Upper arm where it needs to be. Excellent. And inhale, peaceful warrior. Excellent. One more time through side angle pose. And last, peaceful warrior. Back to warrior two. Take a breath or so here. And then we'll drop the arms and step the feet back together. All right, shake out the legs. If you want, we'll do a little opening up the feet a little bit here. So if you have your chair and you want to use your chair, that's fine, or the wall or one of those tables works too. Let's start with the right foot. So we're going to push the big toe into the floor and then the pinky toe into the floor. Back and forth, lifting up the inner arch and then lifting up the outer arch. So the outside of the foot kind of has an arch too. So getting those muscles kind of getting out of boot weather. So we should be moving those feet a little bit more. And then if you want, coming on to the toes, maybe on the front side of the foot, get that open up a little bit if you can. Lifting the foot up, doing circles. We usually do this seated, but that's all right. Okay, so release that one. Let's do the other foot. Push the big toe in, push the pinky toe in. Lifting up the inner arch, lifting up the outer arch. And then coming on to the tops of the toes. If you can, if not, that's okay. And then circles around with that foot. Beautiful. All right. Shake it out, shake the other foot out. So now we're gonna do warrior three, which we don't do in class a lot, but we all have blocks or a chair or both. So I'm gonna give you 3 options. I know there's more, but those are the 3 I'm gonna give you. So I'll start with the blocks. So 2 blocks in front. And the hands are gonna be on the blocks and one leg's gonna come up. That's our one version of warrior three. Another version, there's 2 versions with the chair. Same idea. The seat of the chair, the back of the chair. The rule with the chair is all 4 legs of the chair need to be on the mat because it will slide out from under you if you don't. So that's a chair. Third option, without a chair, is balancing on the one leg. Okay, so blocks, 2 versions of the chair or without. All right, so, and you can change too. If you're like, okay, the blocks are too far, chair's too high, whatever, you can pick. Are you guys ready? So pick a foot. That foot is going to stay rooted on the floor. Other foot, step back behind you a little bit so you're resting on the toes. And then we're hinging at the hips. That back leg's going to come up. And you can come down to your blocks. And the fun thing is you can do one arm at a time if you want. So I have my right leg down. I can lift my left arm up. Or both arms. And then come back down. We're going to bend that back knee and set that foot down, and then coming up. All right, shake those legs out if you like. And then let's do the other side. Root that foot into the floor. Other foot, toes back behind you. And then we're hinging at the hips. You can come down to blocks, the chair, stay in the air. All right, a little softness in that straight leg knee. So we're not hyperextending. Extend back with the heel. And then if you want to, extend an arm or both. Most important, we're breathing. And then to come out, we're gonna bend the knee and then set the foot down next to the other one. You can bend the knees and come back up. All right, made it through that one, excellent. All right, let's do, so that was all three of our warriors. Let's do our tree pose and then we'll do some other fun stuff. So again, with the tree pose, if you want your chair, you're welcome to do that. I don't think my balance is on today for, no, we're not gonna do that. on the block one's not gonna happen today. Okay, so let's do our tree pose. So we're gonna pick one foot, that foot's going to root into the earth. Noticing all four corners of the foot, two big toes or the ball of the foot, the heel. And then option A, heel above the ankle. Sorry, I can't see these yoga pants today. So heel above the ankle of the opposite foot. This hip is nice and strong and straight. So activating the muscles around that hip, this hip is nice and open. All right, hands at the heart. And then here's your options. You can grow your branches, is what I usually say. So arms can come up, you come straight up, clasp the hands, pointer finger up. I like that sometimes. A Y, straight up to the side. They can move, can hold still. Whatever you want to do with the arms is fine. If you have your balance and you want to bring your foot up higher, you can do that. Just don't put it on the knee. There's a lot of stuff in there that we don't want to be putting pressure on. So below the knee or above the knee, not on the knee. All right. Take another breath or so. Got to remember to breathe. And then coming out nice and gracefully. So we're not falling over, falling out. All right. That was my first yoga teacher. Said there's three parts to a yoga pose: coming into it, being in it, and coming out of it. So we're not just like, oh, I'm done. You have to come out of it too. All right, other foot. Root that foot in, heel above the ankle. Check in with this hip. I'm exaggerating. Nice and tall and strong. Hands at the heart. Grow your branches. You can move. Raining. Leaves falling. Flower petals. It's almost spring. It's getting there, right? Flower petals soon. You can bring your foot up higher if you have your balance. Or just hold on to your chair. All right, and coming out nice and graceful. Excellent. All right. Let's do, all right, so we're gonna do 3 directions of the spine. And then we're gonna do our sun salutation, and then we'll do our rainbow poses. Okay, so that's the next bit. So we're gonna do cat and cow standing. So feet can be hip width distance apart. They can be wider if that feels more balanced for you. So what we're doing is we're doing a back bend and a forward bend, back and forth, essentially. That's the gist of this. So we're gonna start with our exhale, and we're gonna round forward, tuck the chin, bend the knees, so we have this sort of shape. That's our cat. We're gonna inhale, rounding up, and then we're gonna look up. So we're not looking straight up, we're looking kind of up a little bit. And then exhale, we're gonna bring it back to cat. You bring your hands to the front of the thighs. Inhale, rounding up, looking up. Exhale, back. So we're just moving the whole of the spine, nice and slow, moving with the breath. Excellent. Do one more each direction, and then come back to neutral. And then we're going to do our favorite, well, not our favorite, my favorite one. So we're going to do our laterals. Feet a little bit wider because we're going side to side. A little bit easier for balance here. All right, so option, you can have a hand on the hip or down the thigh. You're going to inhale, bring one arm up, and just partway past the midline is fine. Exhale, bring that arm back down. Other side, inhale, and exhale. And as you keep going on your own, you might find that you can go a little bit further. Don't go too far that you can't get back up. But going nice and slow, actually feel the space in between the ribs. That's going to help us breathe better. On your next one, I want to see if you can start your breath before you start your movement. But it's harder on the exhale because you're like, I gotta exhale. All right, let's do one more time each side or even it off. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to do a little twist. So we want to keep the twist in the upper half of the back, going from the neck down to the tailbone. The higher up, the more rotation that we have in the spine. So we don't want to be torquing on that low back to sacrum. All right, feet can be nice and wide. Arms out wherever you like. They can be low, they can be T height. I like kind of in the middle. So we're going to inhale and lift, and then exhale and twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale to the other side. And you can go nice and slow. I know it's hard to slow down. If you have your balance and you want, you can close your eyes. Excellent. Finish off one more time each side or make it even. Back to neutral, drop the arms. And now we're going to do our half sun salutation. All right, so let's do just the regular version of it. We're going to start with the hands at the heart. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to inhale the arms up, and then on the exhale, arms come down. We're going to swan dive, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. The hands come to the front of the thighs. Exhale, fold forward. Bring the arms out to the side. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. So it's basically just a forward fold, halfway lift, and then come back up. All right. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms come out to the side. Inhale all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. And one last time, inhale. Exhale, arms out to the side, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms come out, inhale, all the way up. Palms together, hands to heart. Beautiful. All right, so next we're doing our rainbow pose, and we're gonna do 3 different things with the wide legs. So 2 options. You can have your feet as wide as your mat, or you can go sideways on your mat. And that's why I have 2, so I don't have to flip mine around. All right, grab 1 block if you like. If you're reaching the floor, you don't need it, but there's no, you don't get a prize if you can reach the floor. Sorry, maybe next week. Oh wait, you're not. I'll be here. So you can use your chair for this for sure, a block or the floor, doesn't matter. I'm gonna have the block just so you can see what that looks like. But we're gonna start with, we'll do pinwheels, rainbow pose, and then we'll do another set of half sun with this. So feet nice and wide. And our pinwheels look like this, arms out to the side. We're doing cross body work again. So right hand, exhale somewhere on that left side, knee, ankle, inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, other side, left hand to right leg somewhere. Inhale, bring it back up. And then just keep going at your own pace. But I would encourage maybe a little slowness. And just make sure you're breathing on this. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale. Inhale. All right, let's do one more time each side or finish off evenly. And then we'll drop the arms and let's step the feet together, shake the legs out. And then you can step the feet back out again. And if your feet get tired or your legs get tired, you can always bring them in. There's no prizes for being uncomfortable. But that's what we are doing, is getting used to being uncomfortable. That's part of the building up resilience. So the ability to be uncomfortable for a little bit anyway, right? All right, so here we go, rainbow pose. So we're gonna hinge at the hips, forward fold, just as far as is comfortable, don't overdo it. And then you can bring your hand to your chair or your block, it can be up in third position or second or first or floor, whichever. So we'll have both hands in front. And we're gonna take the left hand and we're gonna inhale, bring that left arm up towards the ceiling. So we have this nice plumb line from left fingers to right fingers. Exhale, bring that left hand back down. And then we're gonna go the other way. Inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it back down. So you can look down at that right hand as you inhale that left hand up, or you can look up at that left hand. Exhale, bring the left arm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring it back down. And one more time each side. Inhale. And exhale. Right side, last time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, we're going to bend the knees. Hands come to the hips. Inhale, coming up with a straight back. And then you can heel toe the feet back together, or if you don't have knee issues, hop. All right, shake it out. And actually, we're gonna shake everything here. Arms, legs. This is important for your lymph system. Shaking. And for, I don't know, we have weddings coming up for your wedding reception, shake the hokey pokey, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they
Last-
still do that.
I don't either.
Are we gonna do it at your daughter's wedding?
Okay.
Yes.
Macarena? Hopefully
Gotta
not,
check with
okay.
the boss.
All right, last wide-legged movements here. So you don't have to have your legs wide. You can have them back where they were for just a regular sun salutation. I'm gonna do wide, and I'm also going to do it a different version. If you have back issues, stick with the first one we did earlier. If you don't have back issues, this one should be fine. And I'll show you one, and then you can decide which one you like. So that looks like arms straight up, and then hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift this way, or arms can come up like that. Forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale up, and then exhale down. So the difference is arms out to the side or arms in front. All right, here we go. So we're gonna inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, arms up by the ears, all the way up. And then exhale, arms down by your side. I forgot to say we're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, back down. Last time, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms by the ears, push in with the feet all the way up. Exhale, and done. Nice. All right, let's find that mountain pose again and find some more spots to work on our balance, or our posture, sorry. Well, balance falls into that too. So, again, wherever your feet want to be, big toes together, hip width, wider, whatever you like. So let's do this. Check in with the feet. We've done a lot of stuff that the feet may be tired from. So big toes, pinky toes, inside of the heel, outside of the heel. All 4 of those points rooted into the earth. Soften the knees so you're not hyperextending like I have a bad habit of doing. And then let's look at the back heart. So 2 options. Well, you can do them both at the same time. So your clavicle, collarbone here, we're going to draw it away from the center, like that. And then on the back side, so here's my shoulder blades, I'm going to pull them together, get the same effect. So what is that doing? It's opening up this upper thoracic rib cage, which is usually tight. If we round forward, forward head posture, looking at our phones. What are we doing? We're collapsing how much space we have to breathe. And then that affects our digestion too. So, collarbones away from each other, shoulder blades together on the back body, opening up, getting more breathing in. And then you can do palms forward or towards each other. Another one that I like is make a fist, thumb out, and then we're just going to turn the thumb 90 degrees. And you may or may not feel that rotation in the shoulders. Chin, we're not looking up, we're not looking down, we want it just millimeter below straight. If you have your balance you want, you can close your eyes. Excellent. And then one more full breath. And then let's do our triangle pose. We have blocks. Actually, we're going to do both. Triangle and revolve triangle. So grabbing at least one block up towards the top of the mat. If you want, you can do both. You don't have to switch sides with it. All right, this will be our last standing up pose, and then we'll come down to the floor. All right, so pick a foot. That foot's going to come up by the block. That back foot is kind of 90 degrees-ish, maybe a little bit less. So for our warrior two, we have that knee bent. For triangle pose, that knee stays mostly straight. A little micro bend is fine. Actually, however much you need to bend it is fine. Got lots of knee replacements, so whatever you need to do. All right, we're gonna bring hands back to the heart and arms out like this. So that arm, perfect. All right. And now here comes the fun part. So we're going to extend forward with that front arm. We're hinging at that hip. We're gonna tick-tock the arms, and then you can come down to your leg or your block if you can reach your block. All right, and then looking towards the horizon or towards the floor, that's fine too, wherever you need to look. Take a breath or so. And then we're gonna revolve the triangle since we're here. So we're gonna bring this left hand down. You can bring it to that other block or switch sides with that first block. And then here's the fun part. We're gonna take that first arm and go up the other side. So we're facing the other direction. Excellent. Bring that right hand down, or both hands are down. We'll bring that first arm up, grab that invisible rope to pull back up, and then drop the arms, bend that front knee, step the feet together, and shake it out. All right, let's hit the other side. All right, other foot in front, hands at the heart, arms up into the side. You're gonna extend forward with that front arm, tick-tock the arms, come down to your leg or your block. Take a breath or so here. And then we're gonna revolve that triangle. So bring that upper arm down and bring that other arm the other side. Woo. And then when you're ready, bring that arm back down. Bring that first arm up. Grab that invisible rope, pulling back up. Drop the arms, bend that front knee, step the legs together, and shake. Nice, good shake. All right, so we can move the blocks out of the way. And then because we have some new people, we're gonna do a squat. Because this is the fun part of class, right? So if you haven't done a squat before, if you don't want to do it, that's totally fine too. It may take a while to get down as low as you want, or you can just sit on the floor too. That's an option too. So feet are nice and wide, kind of pointed out. And you're just gonna go down as far as you can go. And then when you're ready, sit on the floor. If you wanna work on this, you can bring your heels on a towel or a blanket, and that's gonna get you a little lower maybe. And it may take years and you may never do it, and that's okay. But if it's something that you wanna work on, this is really good for all kinds of stuff. I'll look it up for next time. I don't know what it's good for.
Really good for falling over.
Yes, and then,
It's our other option.
and then
I'm good at that one.
falling gracefully on the floor. All right, so we're all the way down. If it's uncomfortable to sit flat on the floor, you can sit on your block or on a blanket. Especially if you have tight hips, it's makes it easier if the knees are below the hips. That helps. All right. So we did the cat and cow standing, the lateral, and the twist. We're going to do that seated. And the other way you can do those three is on your back and on your hands and knees. So some classes we do all those different ways. So cat and cow seated looks like this. If you can sit cross-legged, great. If you can't, you can have your legs out straight, hands under the thighs, or if you're cross-legged, hands under the knees. And we'll start with the exhale. That's our cat. We're going to exhale, drop the chin, tuck the tailbone forward. Got that C curve. On our inhale, we're going to round up, looking up, so we have the opposite curve. Exhale back. Inhale, looking up. Exhale back. So back and forth a couple times. And maybe if you remember how this felt at the beginning of class, this feels a little bit more open towards the end of class. And then back to neutral. And then let's do our laterals. So if you have a tall torso and short arms, since we have the blocks, you can do this with the blocks. Sometimes I like to do that, and you can really get that spine lengthened. You can do that. That's an option. You just do it like this. Or regular, just hand on the floor. So since we've done all those other poses for class, you might find that you're more open now here, and you're welcome to go a little deeper if you want. You want to move your chair. Bumping into it. All right, so one hand on the floor. You're going to inhale this arm up and over just as far as you want, but we're pushing this hand into the earth to keep that opposite knee from popping up. Exhale back. Inhale, other side, push into the floor. Feel that stretch from the fingertips to that hip joint. And just go at your own pace, but we are coming towards the end, so you're cooling down a little bit here. So nice and slow. Start the inhale before you start the movement. Start the exhale before you start the movement. Nice. Excellent. Let's do one more time each side. Excellent. And then back to neutral. And then let's do that fabulous little twist. Again, it's really easy to kind of put too much pressure and torque. So let's not do that. All right. So we're going to inhale, lift the spine. Beautiful. Exhale to one side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. All right, one more time each side, or finish it off evenly. And then we're going to do the open and close twist, and then we're going to do a child's pose, because we've done, we opened up here, so we want to open up that back rib cage for the lungs. So let's do our open and close twist. So we're going to Extend the left leg out, bend that right knee, right foot into the mat. So this left leg is active. So pushing that heel away, slight little bend in the knee. Left arm extended over that left leg. We're gonna inhale, bring that arm up, and then you can either go on the outside of that right leg or around in front. Right hand comes behind the spine. We're gonna push in with that right hand and lift the spine again. Exhale, turn and look towards that back corner. Inhale again, lift the spine. Exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine. One more breath here. And then we'll unwind. So that's our closed twist. Our open twist, right hand on that right knee, kind of holding it, opposing forces here. Left arm over that left leg. We're going to inhale. Gaze follows the thumb, opening up towards that back wall. And then exhale, bring it back. Beautiful. All right, switch legs. Extend that right leg, left foot, left knee, right arm over that right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, in front or behind. Left hand comes behind the spine, push into the earth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn and look towards that back wall. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, belly button. And then unwind. Bring that right arm over that right leg again. We're going to inhale. Gaze follows the thumb, open twist. Exhale back. And release. All right, we're going to come up to come down to child's pose. So however you want to get there, hands and knees, or just tuck your legs under. So for child's pose, I usually bring my knees out nice and wide, more room for the belly. If this is uncomfortable for you, puppy pose is an excellent option. So you're on your shins, hips up towards the ceiling, forehead towards the floor, on your forearms. Otherwise, child's pose, hips towards the heels. If that's uncomfortable on your feet, you can put a blanket under the feet. And we're going to breathe into the back body. So imagine you can see where your shoulder blades are. I know it's hard to see something that's on the back body that we don't see very often. And we're going to inhale and feel the shoulder blades move away from each other. And then on the exhale, they relax back towards each other. So take one or two more breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up and sit over and come onto our backs. All right, first pose here is going to be our Apanasana, which has many different versions, but we're just going to do our standard. So we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest, hands are on the knees. We're going to exhale, we're going to draw the knees in. On the inhale, let the knees come out. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, knees out. So the English translation for this pose is wind relieving pose. So yes, it's good for your digestive tract here. Excellent. All right, from here, we're gonna bring the feet back down to the mat. And then I want to teach you, so cat and cow, we've done, so that Apanasana is that similar movement in that like mid back. For the lower back, what we're gonna do is knees are bent, feet on the floor. We're gonna push into the floor and tilt the pelvis. So we're flattening out the lumbar spine, so that lower mid back, and then release, and you can go a little bit further in that opposite direction. So we're tilting and tucking that pelvis. So this gets into that cat and cow movement while we're on our back. All right. So let's bring the, so let's do bridge pose, and then we will do 2 more after that, and then we'll be done. All right, so we're just gonna do a few bridge poses just with the arms and the hips. Well, we're not gonna do the whole series that we usually do. All right, so the heels, the knees, and the hip sockets are all lined up. Arms are down by your side. We're gonna inhale, push in with the feet, lift the hips, and the arms come up overhead to the floor above you. On the exhale, we're gonna bring the arms and the hips back down. Inhale, arms and hips coming up, hips pulling up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms down by your side. So do 1 or 2 more. So this is a deeper back bend. And last one. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring both knees back into the chest. A couple of Apanasanas for a counter pose for a back bend. And just because it feels good, we're gonna go side to side. So rocking side to side, kind of giving yourself a massage. Excellent. And then let's bring the feet down to the mat and extend both legs all the way straight out. Legs zipped up, toes point up towards the ceiling, heels extended away from the body. And we're going to inhale the arms up overhead to the floor above you. Exhale, arms back down by your side. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple of these on your own, nice and slow. See if you can start the breath before the movement. So finish the one you're on and do 1 more. And then we're going to release the legs and the feet away from each other. Arms come out away from the body. Palms up or palms down. Getting any last little wiggles out before we start our relaxation pose. If your chair is handy and you want to bring your legs up on your chair, you're welcome to do that. Sometimes that's a nice way to finish off. And then I'm going to sit up so you can hear me better. All right, so let's do a full body relaxation, walking up the body, relaxing each part as we go. Starting with the feet. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the spine from the tailbone all the way up into the base of the skull. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the eyes be heavy and fall away from the back to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready. And again with an inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's finish with sun breath number 2. So it looks like this, hands out in front. We're going to inhale, open, exhale, closed. 3 times, we're ready, here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And one more glorious time. Inhale, open. Exhale. Hands come together, back to the heart. And namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, gang. All right, we'll see some of you next week. The others of you have a
Request,
good
opposite nostril breathing.
for 2 weeks, not next
2
week.
weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, I'll write it in my little notebook. Because there's a bunch of different things we can do with that too.
Yeah.